Welcome back to Mitchy and Bella. I'm Mitchy, and today we're talking about something that affects almost every family: work. Specifically, do parents work too much? This is such an interesting question because everyone needs money to live, but kids also need time with their parents. It's not a simple answer. Some families have parents who work all the time and are rarely home. Other families have parents who are home more, but might struggle with money. And here's the thing. Both situations can be really hard in different ways. So Bela and I are going to share what we think kids really need from their parents and what we think about the whole work-life balance.
Okay, so here's what I think a lot of kids feel but don't say. When your parents work all the time, you start to feel like work is more important than you. I know that's probably not true. Parents are working to take care of their families. But when a parent misses your school play, or can't help with homework, or is always on their phone answering work emails even at home, it feels bad. It feels like their job matters more than spending time with you. And the worst part is when they come home super tired and grumpy, and you want to tell them about your day, but they're too exhausted to really listen. Or they say, "Not now, I'm tired," and you feel like you're bothering them. Money is important, but you can't hug money. You can't play games with money or talk to money about your problems. Kids need their parents, not just the stuff that money buys.
Bella, I totally understand that feeling, but let me share another perspective. Parents work hard because they love their kids, not because they don't. They're trying to pay for food, electricity, your home, your school supplies, clothes, everything. Being a grown-up is really expensive, and parents carry a huge responsibility to provide for their family. Some parents don't have a choice. They have to work 2 jobs just to make ends meet. That's not because they want to be away from their kids, it's because they're doing whatever it takes to survive. And in some careers, you have to work extra hours to keep your job or get promoted so you can earn more money later. So while I agree that kids need time with parents, I also think we need to understand the pressure parents are under. They're not villains for working hard. They're trying to build a good life for their families.
Okay, Mitchy, you're making good points. But here's my question. What good is having a nice house and lots of toys if you're lonely and your parents are never around to enjoy it with you? I'd rather live in a smaller house and have my parents around more. I'd rather have fewer toys and more family game nights. I think a lot of kids would choose time over stuff if someone actually asked them. And here's another thing. When parents buy expensive gifts to make up for not being around, it doesn't really work. Like, you can't replace a bedtime story with a new video game. You can't replace eating dinner together with getting pizza delivered while they work late. Kids can tell the difference between presents and presents. We want presents.
Okay, so Bela is absolutely right that time is more important than money, but here's where it gets complicated. What if working less means your family can't afford the basics? What if it means you can't go to the doctor when you're sick? What if it means you can't keep your home? That's why this question is so hard. It's not just about choosing between time and money. It's about survival for some families. But here's what I think the real question should be. Are parents working more than they actually need to? Like, if a family is financially stable, is the parent working extra hours just to buy luxury stuff? Or is it truly necessary? I think parents need to honestly ask themselves, am I working this much because I have to, or because I want a bigger house, a nicer car, or more expensive vacations? There's a difference.
You know what's funny? Kids don't need fancy vacations or expensive stuff. What makes the best memories is simple things. Playing catch in the backyard, cooking dinner together, walking the dog, movie night on the couch with popcorn. Those things are free or super cheap. So when parents say, "I'm working hard so we can take you to Disneyland," that's nice. But honestly, I'd rather have you at my soccer game every week than go to Disneyland once a year. I'd rather have dinner with you every night than eat expensive restaurant food alone or with a babysitter. The best gift parents can give isn't expensive. It's showing up, being there, paying attention, laughing together. That's what kids actually want, and it doesn't cost money.
I think Bella and I are actually agreeing more than it seems. The real problem isn't work itself, it's when work takes over everything else. Some parents work reasonable hours but are still mentally at work even when they're home. They're checking emails at dinner, taking calls during family time, thinking about work stress instead of being present with their kids. That's a problem even if they're physically there. And then there are parents who work all the time to avoid problems at home, or because they don't know how to relax, or because they tie their self-worth to their career. That's not about money, that's about priorities. I think every parent needs to ask, when I look back on my life, will I wish I worked more hours, or will I wish I spent more time with my kids? Because nobody on their deathbed says, I wish I had worked more.
Okay, parents, if you're watching, here's what kids need you to understand. First, we get it. You have to work, and we're grateful. We know you're working hard for us, but please, when you are home, actually be home. Put your phone away. Don't check work emails at the dinner table. When we're telling you about our day, look at us, not your laptop. Second, quality matters more than quantity. If you only have 1 hour with us, make it a really good hour. Play with us, listen to us, be silly with us. Third, include us in real life. Let us help cook dinner, do yard work together, run errands together. It's not about expensive activities, it's about doing life together. And finally, ask us what we want. Maybe we have ideas for how to spend time together that you haven't thought of. We just want to feel important to you.
And I have advice for kids too. First, appreciate what your parents do. They're working hard to give you a good life, even if it means they're tired or stressed. Second, don't make them feel guilty. That just makes things worse. Instead of saying, you're never here, try saying, I miss you, or I'd love to spend time with you. That's much more effective. Third, understand that sometimes parents really don't have a choice about working. If they're working 2 jobs to keep the lights on, complaining won't help. Find ways to help instead. Do your homework without being asked. Help with chores. Be responsible so they have less stress. And fourth, make the most of the time you do have together. Suggest activities, plan things, show them you value that time. Parents are more likely to prioritize family time when they see how much it means to you.
So, do parents work too much? The answer is, it depends. Some parents truly have to work long hours to survive, and kids need to understand that. But some parents work more than necessary because they're chasing money or success instead of prioritizing family time. The question isn't really, how many hours do you work? It's, when you're not working, are you really present with your family? You could work 40 hours a week and still not be present at home. Or, you could work 50 hours, but make the most of every minute with your kids. It's about balance and priorities. Both things are important, making money and making memories. Parents need to make a living, but they also need to make a life. What do you think, Mitchy? Did we figure it out?
I think we did, Bella. The answer isn't to quit working. Families need money to survive. And the answer isn't to work non-stop. Families need time together too. The answer is finding balance, being intentional, and making sure that when you're with your family, you're really there. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally too, parents. Your kids understand you have responsibilities, but they also need you. Kids, your parents are doing their best, but it's okay to tell them you miss them and want more time together. Everyone in the family should talk about this openly. What's more important right now? Earning more money or spending more time together? That answer might change at different times in your life, and that's okay. The important thing is making conscious choices instead of just letting work take over. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments. What's the right balance between work and family in your house?
And next episode, we're talking about old traditions versus new ideas. Should kids follow every family tradition, or can you respectfully disagree? Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mitchy and Bela Podcast, so you don't miss it. Tell us what you think about parents and work. Thanks for watching Mitchy and Bela. Bye.